me a little bit about the casting process here.
Good question.
I was actually in another Broadway show that fell apart. I was,
Which one?
it was called Nerds, and it was about Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, about Apple versus Microsoft. And we were 3 weeks into rehearsal, and the producer walked in and said, "Everyone go home, an investor dropped out. We won't be opening on Broadway this season," right? Straight out of Smash. And so we said, okay, let's just run through the show that we've rehearsed in the rehearsal room. And so everyone came, we invited some friends, the creative team, the casting director, and everyone came, and we ran through the show, and it was very, very sad. I actually live in Los Angeles. I flew home, and my agent called, and she said, "Would you be okay with going back to Broadway?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know. I'm just so heartbroken after what just happened." She said, "Well, what if it's for the king in Hamilton?" I said, "I'm at LAX. I'm on the red eye."
Turning around.
She said, "You need to talk to your husband first." I said, "No.
He'll be fine with
I'll
it."
text him when I get there." And it turns out that the casting director for that show that fell apart is Bethany Knox, the casting director for Hamilton. And Jonathan Groff gave his notice the same week that our show fell apart. So it wasn't on my radar. I didn't know anything about it, and it all fell into place. So that's my crazy story of how I landed in Hamilton.
Groff got that Frozen money, and he's like, "Oh, I'm good."
No, he got a TV show on Netflix called Mindhunter, which
right.
is my favorite TV show because
gonna
it got
be
me
good.
Hamilton. I don't care if it's good. I'm in Hamilton. I love it.
But I will watch every episode.
Every episode. Very grateful for that show.
Awesome.
After seeing kind of the first public reading of Hamilton at the New York Stage and Film Festival, cut to years later, Chris Jackson, who was nominated for a Tony for playing George Washington, obviously, he just happened to be doing another musical at the time called Holler If You Hear Me. And he was unable to do the final kind of lab production that they did right before they went to the public. And so an opportunity became available for somebody else to join up, and I joined up, and then Holler If You Hear Me closed early, so he became available again, which means I went to do some other projects. But then when he left, when the opportunity came back around, the creators and Bethany were so gracious, and they contacted me, and they said, "Listen, take your pick. Where do you want to join up?" I said, "Thank you so much."
Well, it's definitely like there were a few of us who had been a part of the show and been in the and know the creative team. So there were a lot of new young people. They're very young.
Very young.
They're so young.
You know, Josh.
I mean, I kind of thought I was young before I joined this cast.
You were.
I was.
You were.
I was.
Until.
And yeah, but there's a lot of young people, and I honestly was a little nervous of working with a cast of like 22 to 26-year-olds. Are they going to realize how great of an opportunity this is? I have learned so much from them. I really feel like their dedication, their work ethic, and their enthusiasm, I'm the one who's being shown why we got into this business. Remember how exciting it was to go do a show 8 times a week? They are amazing. So I feel like I'm learning more from them